Yeah, we're getting some crazy snowfall
We
totals
are.
in right now.
I know.
Kannapolis, almost 5 inches of snow already.
Yep.
Mount Holly, we were mentioning that in Gaston County with Caroline, almost 4.5 inches there. And
Yeah.
Concord, my hometown, we've got 4 inches of snow being reported.
Right.
Troutman, Iredell, 3. So we're already, we're in some of these areas, we're within 2 inches already of the range that we have
Mm-hmm.
put out here. Let me pull up our snowfall map that we talked about as
Yeah,
a
go
team
ahead.
earlier this morning. 6 to 10 inches of snowfall for Charlotte.
Yeah.
It's been quite some time since we've seen a snowstorm like
It
this.
really has. I mean, and we've been obviously just analyzing all the models all week long and looking at this and, pretty consistent in
Yeah.
that the Charlotte Metro, we were kind of in that bullseye zone for getting, being one of the winners, kind of the jackpot, as
Yeah.
we were talking about earlier this week. And based on the storm track and maybe where those drier slots would
Hmm.
set up. Off to the east. Now, friends, if you're watching from, say, Richmond County, I know it's taken a while here. We look back at radar and just, trying to see maybe some of that snow trying to fill in. Yeah, there we go. I mean, wrapping around that low pressure, we've got still that dry slot up toward the Raleigh area. You can see the motion of the arrows and Richmond County, Anson County, got a little snow on the way, but we were saying this last night that if you're not waking up to the snow in the morning, well, just wait a little while. We've got a little bit more that may fill in here as we head through the afternoon.
Yeah, so seeing that dry slot, and I was mentioning it earlier today, just that low pressure center
Yeah.
that's in the upper levels. It's dragging down drier air from the northwest. So that dry air is coming in, it's wrapping around the system itself, and that's why we have that big dry slot over spots like Raleigh, Fayetteville, and also over towards the Sanford area. So the Raleigh Durham spot, that is where you're not dealing with a lot of snow at all. But further west, the drier air not taking over there. So
Hmm.
that's why here in Charlotte, we've been the lucky ones, Tara, and it looks like we're going to be the lucky ones throughout most of the day. Futurecast keeps the snow pretty widespread over our area through the afternoon into the evening.
Right. And so, like we were saying, I mean, this is an all day situation
Yeah.
here, not until 9, 10, 11 o'clock or so are things going to really start to taper off basically from west to east. And so, mountains and foothills. And then eventually by midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, it's pretty much coming to an end. And then we're just left with the snow that's not going to
Yeah.
be melting much anytime soon. And that's another big part of the story. I mean, just this cold, we've had those extreme cold warnings
Yeah.
that were issued yesterday, the wind chills. I mean, not just that, but yeah, like I said, this is obviously pretty disruptive when it comes to school closings and all of that trickling. I mean, just extending from last week. I mean, we had so many 2-hour delays from last week as well, from last weekend's storm.
Yeah, this is
With
like
the
the fun stuff, the snowy
right.
stuff. It's actually colder than last week in some aspects. We've got single digit wind chills in Concord, Statesville, Salisbury right
Yeah.
now, feeling like 4 degrees in Concord, 7 degrees what it feels like in Charlotte or in Salisbury. And then Charlotte feels like 10. And these wind chills, as we go through the afternoon, it's going to feel like teens. But Tara, you mentioned those extreme cold warnings for tonight.
Hmm.
These are the forecast wind chills tomorrow morning. As you're waking up, we're waking up feeling like below 0 degrees, sub-freezing wind chill temperatures in the Charlotte area. And in the mountains, man, feeling like some 25 below zero. So just dangerously cold conditions tomorrow morning. So that's why those extreme cold warnings are in effect for pretty much all the Queen City News viewing area tonight.
Yeah, I mean, so obviously take it seriously. Make sure if you do have to be out, and I know it's fun and the kids want to be out there sledding, but just take that into account that this is dangerous cold. So it's really tough to be out there for a long period of time and protect all that exposed skin and everything.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.